Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Listen, every year I read this book called Pitch Anything by a guy named Oren Klaff. Now I really like it because he focuses the sales process on how it works with neurobiology. And my undergrad is in psychology. I really like that stuff. Also, he hates pushy sales techniques, which I think we really jive with in our industry too. But you know how like if you read a book and then you read it again, you see stuff in it that you didn't see before? So that's why I read it every year. This time, I noticed a line that I think really encapsulates what a lot of sales trainers, myself included at one point, completely omit from their ideas and their process. And I think it encapsulates the problems and the way forward that we have for our industry very, very well. So the line in the book, and I'm paraphrasing, is you either have status, you're fighting to get status, or you're using sales techniques. And it meant it like a hierarchy, right? So number one, get status. Number two, fight to get status. Or number three, use a sales technique. So let me back up a little bit, explain what he means when he says status, okay? You go to a banker. You say to the banker, look, I want to borrow 600 grand. I want to buy a house, whatever. Here's my assets, my liabilities, my incomes, my expenses, right? Yes, sir, no, sir. 3 bags full, sir. And the banker sitting there has the social status in that situation to yay, nay the deal. Okay? Or, you go to a retailer, you want to buy a fridge, freezer, washer, dryer, whatever. The salesperson says to you, air conditioner's got 40,000 BTUs, the TV has 70 inches, it's LCD. He's supplicating to you with features and benefits because you're holding the cash and the decision is downhill to you. Okay? So the position that the status affords you the ability to say, yeah, that sounds good, or is that the best you can do? Or, I'm going to look on Amazon or whatever. But where Klaff is, I think, quite brilliant is he recognizes different forms of status that beat others. The most important and the most powerful being a moral authority status. So moral authority, a couple of places it shows up in a person's life, law enforcement, family. You're not going to sell your kids, depending how far away from the end of school holidays, you might change your mind on that. And healthcare, right? So we see this every year in the Roy Morgan telephone survey, right? Number 1, nurses. Number 2, doctors. And number 3, pharmacists. Very high, very, very highly trusted professionals in the community. Okay? Now remember, the line was, you have status, you're fighting to get status, or you're using sales techniques. We've looked at the ones who have the status, right? Those who work in health. What about the folks who don't? What about the folks who use sales techniques? Go all the way down to the bottom of this list. Number 25, you've got the car salesperson. Now, I think the bottom of the list, the car salesperson, it's a bad rap, right? I think car salespeople get a bad rap. And it's not due to lack of getting burned, trust me. But I think because the size of the sale for a car salesperson, like it's a big purchase, and the purchase immediately affects the person for a long time, like you're talking 3, 5, maybe even 10 years for this purchase, people will, sort of make more decisions, and people hate making decisions, and so the car salesperson kind of has to push them through a little bit of the process. It's a big job. You got to pick the car, you got to pick the color, you got to pick the terms, you got to agree to terms, you got to put down the deposit, agree to finance. Do you want to do it in house? There's a lot going on, so they've got to sort of push you through the process so that they can get paid and you can drive away with the car. The question is, do you want to incorporate those skills into your pharmacy? Do you want to teach your staff sales training? And I would argue, please don't. I know that's an odd thing for a guy with a sales training company to say. But what we found is that the top performers in your industry, the ladies who have been in front of shop for 30, 40 years, who are very responsible for our high level of trust in the community, they don't do sales skills. They don't do sales techniques at all. What they do is exactly what we found the most profitable patients, the patients who are worth an average of $500 GP per year and higher. What they want is exactly what the top performers do. Present the best solution with the best of your knowledge, the most total solution, and let the patient make the decision as to what they're going to purchase. Leave the sales techniques at the door. Should you teach yourself sales techniques? I don't think so.